welcome to you all. Hey, thank you for joining me. Sagittarius, this is your reading for December 2019. Welcome to your time of the year and happy birthday to all of you experiencing a birthday in this time period. Entering the new decade, of course, so 2019 New Year's Eve into the 2020 will be a big one. It's going to be a very fast moving decade. We have a solar eclipse on the 26th of January that will be kicking off with the new moon and solar eclipse in Capricorn, but you guys will be feeling the power and the effect of this as well. In fact, it is probably beginning to take shape in your lives right now. Eclipses tend to open us up to the things that we haven't been facing, the shadow work that we do, and just changing the direction sometimes and the outcome of proposed events that may have been taking place. So yes, Sagittarius, a big time of the year and a big time of the decade for you guys. As I said, the 2020s will be very fast moving, so it pays to have some strong grounded plans in place for your dreams and ambitions on how you want to head forward in life. Some of the basic astrology for December, the Jupiter enters Capricorn on the 2nd of December, Chiron goes direct on the 12th, we have Christmas Day on the 25th, and on the 26th, as I mentioned, we have the solar eclipse. We will be using some of these decks for your reading that are here in front of me, depending on which ones. Who knows how many from each deck we'll see as we work through it. Now, before I started, I did some intuitive work for you guys. You got the numbers 7 and 0, interestingly enough. Then the others messages that I got were, I am gentle, kind and patient with myself. Those around me reflect this tender care. So that's nice. It's about putting yourself first and having people around you who are reflecting your desires in life and also respecting you as well. I also got the colours yellow and the solar plexus, so gut instinct, regaining strength. Then I had the words taking it easy and rebalancing or pondering life. So they seem quite some profound messages that came for you guys. Let's get into these cards. I think I've got them up the right way, although oracle cards, they needn't necessarily be up the right way or not. Reversals don't really come into it. But this is for Sagittarius for 2019 December leading into 2020. What would you like them to focus on? What is important for them to be thinking about or to be aware of? The waiting game, wisdom and conflict and defeat. Okay. So this is a major arcana. This is the 5 of Swords and this is the 2 of Wands. The waiting game tells us about a waiting period. So maybe there's something that you guys are expecting to have happen, or a project or a direction or an answer of some sort, and it's not quite coming at the moment. When the waiting notifications come out, it is actually quite important to heed them, because more often than not what it means is that somewhere in the matrix, in another time dimension or timeline or someone else's energy, they're not ready for the event to proceed. So even though you might be ready at full scale and be eagerly awaiting it, if you forced it now, it would probably not go the way you anticipate or not go well. Now this can often be associated with our careers or something that we're passionate about, because this is the Wands. So this can be our creative zone in life. As I say, careers or something passionate about. It can be relationships, but if for those of you it's in terms of your money or finances or career, just heed the waiting game and understand that the number 2 could also be relevant. It could be 2 weeks, 2 days, 2 months. It could even be a long-term thing such as 2 years worth of planning or time delays. That's something to ponder about. You've got 2 fives that came out after that, so the fives could be also relevant for you in some way or another. The wisdom card, of course, is the Hierophant, and he is about due diligence, he is about legalities. He can be someone who is institutional as such, so possibly a government figure or a government organisation, big employees, big employers, big corporations or companies that are doing things supposedly legitimately and within the confines of the law. He can also be about yourself taking things legally or in the manner of the law. And given that this card is underneath, this card often references a bit of in-house fighting with people around you. Sometimes they're friends, co-workers or family. This is you in essence, and these shadowy figures running off in the background are other people who are choosing to leave, and this can be due to discussions or disagreements, especially in like a conflict in your beliefs or your attitudes or something that you value, and you are standing up for yourself as such, saying, well, no, I'm not going to follow the status quo, or I'm not going to follow what you're telling me to do. And this causes this disruption, or it causes this segregation. Sometimes these people in the background leave for good and you don't hear from them again. Sometimes it's people who are going away for a long time, or leaving like a job and going overseas to work for a new company, and they might be gone for 5 years or more. But often it leaves us feeling a wee bit deflated. So it tells you, again, to use a little bit of caution in how you choose to talk about this or how you choose to react with these people involved. There sometimes can be 5 people or 4 people, there can be 3 other people here. The defeat is the fact that any separation usually splits asunder something that was once good. So it's not a long-term it is long-term and it can be long-term, but the defeat is not a long-term feat. The separation is sometimes long-term. I think this is quite a harsh terminology that he uses for it, but I get the feeling that somehow this Hierophant's energies are playing into it. There seems to be some sort of moral ethic involved with any separation that comes this way, because the 5s are here emulating each other in quite a strong way, with the sunshine, with the yellow, with this rule feeling and authority feeling that's going behind it. And of course, part of your message that came up was, I am gentle, kind and patient with myself. Those around me reflect this gentle care. So these people who are leaving possibly were not being appropriate in behavior or attitudes or the way they respond to you. So perhaps it was time to let them go, basically. So there might be some people that come and go in your life. Oh, there's the solar plexus chakra, there's the yellow, and I mentioned of all things yellow, and we've got a lot of yellow here, and then the solar plexus actually did come out. This is telling you to trust your gut instinct and trust the processes that are happening around you. I would definitely stick to the legal requirements around things, or seeing legal representatives, or understanding the law at this time, because I think from a legal perspective you'll do well out of it. You won't be crossing the boundaries, but some of these other people might be doing something that is reprehensible or gets them into trouble. So the solar plexus with the yellow, and so much yellow in here, is about regaining your personal strength, either emotionally, physically or spiritually. So the solar plexus wheel is through this part of the body in the stomach, and it's also the area that we feel into our gut instinct, our psychic abilities, and that's where we learn to listen. Should we trust someone or something that someone is saying? And I think the answer in this case is to trust yourself and trust how you feel into what you are being told and how to deal with the situation, and know that the wisdom that you have gained will take you to the right place. So this seems to be all aligned with this timing issue and with people around you, and something that some people are perhaps doing or saying that isn't going to be beneficial, and you're better to let them go at this point. Of course, the cards will also be active in different areas and different meanings. Strengthen this part of your body, wear the yellows, eat the yellow foods, do the physical exercises to regain the strength in the solar plexus and to tap into your own intuitive, innate gut instinct as well. Some of you could be going through a period of great wisdom and understanding and learning and growth, and some of you may even be interested in the realm of spirituality to a greater degree, because that's also what that wisdom card talks about. Pets, especially dogs, could also be playing a role somehow. In fact, I was going to get the spirit guide animals out for you guys at the end, and then I put them away, and I'm now being urged to pull one out for you again. Lovely, new beginnings. Yay, the Magician. So, no, sorry, it's the Fool, new beginnings. As you travel into the new decade, the 2020s with the zeros, we are on the epoch of so many new things coming into our life. And I think for you, the fact that the Fool overlays all of this background stuff means it will be incorporated at some degree into this journey of the Fool, who in turn is like the child, I guess, like the child walking out without prejudice, without preconditioning, without worry or fear, because they are ready to just absorb life and absorb these new opportunities and put themselves first. And I said that as well. The Fool is all about the self, and rather than thinking about other people and what their expectations of you are. So there's quite a nice tying up there. It's really good that the Fool came out and put herself on top of all of that energy, as if to say, whatever happens, whatever direction is underneath, this new direction of this new decade will be an absolute wonderful precipice to head off on, regardless of others and how they have behaved or how they have tried to caution you down a certain road or pathway. So I think freedom is there indeed. Let's see what this deck is coming for you, because that is what the Fool represents, is freedom at its basic meaning in life. So this is for Sagittarius for December, their birthday time. So it looks like a, nice time of just being you guys. Don't forget to celebrate that for your birthday energy. Spend some time in contemplation of you. Celebrate your birthday, because it is your birthday, and that it is all about you and your soul's journey and why you chose to come to Earth and what you really wanted to choose to experience while you were here. So this is for Sagittarius for December for 2016. 2016. I wonder if something goes as far back as that for some of you. Did something happen or begin a chain of change from 2016? So like 4 years ago? Wow, maybe it did. Maybe it's taken this long, or for you to explore or extrapolate it or find your feet or decide whether you wanted it or not. These cards aren't doing much at the moment. There's one. The thinking man, very much yourself. Sagittarians are the ever-thinking people. He is thinking into that crystal, which is a manifesting crystal. He's come out a few times in December. I do have one of them, and I will get it for you. This is an abundance cluster, so it's a manifesting crystal, and he is holding it in his hand exactly like that. And that is the power of manifesting an abundance. So it's kind of nice to have that come into your reading, to feel the energy of that. So for some of you, really pick up on that energy. He is applying his logic, though, and his capacity to think and strategize, right? So to plan, think and strategize, as to how to get this manifestation to come in. So if you can do that, you could have some really good success. And this might be why the waiting game was also important. Also the solar plexus, which is sticking to it, it's sticking to the whole bottom of this card, as if to say, apply your rationale, your intellect and your thought into manifesting something that you really want to have happen. So get this energy going, but trust your gut instinct with it as well, and listen to the gut energy. So that's a nice card for you to have arrive as well there, Sagittarius. There's plenty of scope, I think, plenty of opportunity for change and change for you, change for the better. So focusing on service, this is a bit of a difficult card to interpret. I've always wondered exactly where she was heading with it. It says your soul desires only to joyfully serve and to swim in a constant stream of bliss. This stream continuously feeds you everything you need. Put your entire focus upon staying in this stream of giving and receiving in every situation and in all that you do. So it's about giving and receiving, and that's the balance of life. If we receive too much, we tend not to give. If we're giving too much, we're too busy giving to receive. And when the cycle is broken, all manifestation stops. You can't bring anything else into manifestation because there isn't balance. So it's about balance, and I think the waiting card has a degree of balance within it as well, for timing wise, balancing everything out for something to occur. So what else is here for Sagittarius for their birthday month, their big change of decade energy? Good grief, well, that just slid out, didn't it? Family. So family may be on your mind. For some of you, the children in families could be on your mind, and you may see new children come into families, either extended families or blended families. The birth of a child might be irrelevant as well. And for others of you, if you have got family members on your mind that you need help or working with one way or another, and for some of you, there may have been some conflict even with some family members, that it's come to a time to take a stand and stand up for your own needs and your own rights. But if you apply some angelic energy or high vibrational energy into this situation that you want help with, then you just connect with the collective, with the higher self, with the celestial energies, and ask for love to be centered on any problems with any family members that you may have. And also remember the cycle of giving and receiving, because that also helps to move stagnant problems. So with that, let's have one last card for you guys. Well, I will get out the animal oracle deck, but this is the light worker energy card, because we are at a time where there are high vibrational light workers around the planet with the religious festivities of the Christed birthday, the Christmas day. And we find that after Scorpio's time, we come into the Sagittarius time, where there is also this amazing white light energy around the planet. So we are using these white light keepers for messages. So which message is for Sagittarius? Who's coming for them? Radha, soul flame. Rediscover a lost part of yourself. Experience relationship harmony and healing. So for some of you, this is the extension of your own soul and the reconnection with it. If there has been a part of you that has been lost over time, or through injury or trauma or stress or a broken heart. So this is a time to try and reconnect with yourself. And I think that's a wonderful birthday present that you could give yourself, this time and this energy and this healing and reconnection. And you can do this through Radha. For some of you, the soul flame will be present, and you will feel a connection. It may not be in this dimensional timeline, it may be in a spiritual form, but you could feel this connection to something bigger than yourself, or something greater or brighter or with more intensity. And it could be a soul flame initiation for some of you, and that can be what I mentioned before with the wisdom card, this connection to this feeling of spiritual opening, or desire to understand more spiritually and to feel the greater pulse of the cosmos and the understanding and connection we have with it. I also see the lotus flower. Now, the lotus flower has come out in so many readings, and of course the lotus flower is all about this new conception or new birth or awakening or understanding, and it seems to be present for so many different signs. And that's another thing, check your moon and rising signs, guys, and see what messages might be coming there. So one last card for you, because of the little dog spirit that came in and the dog spirit came back in again. So I will just get that deck for you now. So this is the beautiful Animal Spirit Oracle deck, which I haven't really used for anyone else for this month. I particularly love this deck. I find it very soothing. The pictures on the cards are quite amazing. They're already wanting to jump out, more than two. So Canary Spirit, sing your own song, and Panther Spirit, reclaim your power. So again, this is all about you, and I got the feeling of that from the very beginning. And when it says, I've written it down, I said solar plexus, gut instinct, regaining your strength, rebalancing, and I am kind and gentle and patient with myself, and those around me reflect it. It's so much coming back to the very beginning messages about this is your time to shine and to sing your song and to reclaim your power. If it has been taken away for any reason by others, or whether you have felt yourself unwilling to stand up and be heard and be you. Just reading the words for the Panther Spirit, which is number 44. It takes courage to face challenges, and right now, Panther Spirit is here to say that you are braver than you think. Now is the time to take a risk and step into a different aspect of your being. Speak as you have never spoken before. Act as you have always dreamed you might have the courage to act. Love fearlessly and fully, and expect to feel the adrenaline rush as you are initiated into a new, braver, bolder self. Panther Spirit says the time for dreaming about what you want to do is giving way to that first courageous act towards reclaiming your Panther Spirit and power. Your new identity may feel strange at first, but you have what it takes, and your soul wants this. Be bold. Beautiful. Be bold and sing your own song. So there you are, Sagittarius, a wonderful way to finish the year, to finish the decade, and to finish the birthday energies for you guys. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for subbing the channel and pushing the notification button. And I love it when you leave your comments as well. So much love to you all. Have a wonderful Christmas, festive holiday season, and a happy, happy 2020. Embrace the New Year's Eve and see it in with all of its amazing new high-tech, fast-paced energy. Much love, everyone. Namaste.